Hello everyone and welcome back to Cities by Steven. You're talking Steven. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button, get that bell notification on too, so you don't miss out on an episode. Welcome back to Waterway, Garno, an Ottawa-Gatineau themed Canadian city, and I'm so excited to bring you an episode today. Last time we were here, we built a farming district, we also got a highway interchange, we also built a geothermal power plant. Very good for those high-paying jobs. There's also been a few updates since the last time I've actually played this game, so things may have changed regarding that. In today's episode, we're going to be building out in the Quebec side of the city, and we're going to be building out a lot of residential. This is something that I want to do just to kind of expand on this side of the river and really kind of focus on the growth of the city from during this episode. So it's been a little while since I've played City Skylines. I took a bit of a break. Life's been getting a little too hectic lately. It is December after all, the most hectic of the months, right? With that, I want to mention that the Skylines 6 is going to be doing a holiday live stream event where some of us will be kind of just playing City Skylines together in a multiplayer format. So one of us will lead off and we'll hand off the city to the next person, back to back to back to back. And we don't know which City Skylines game we're playing yet. There's a poll up on our Discord, but by the time this episode releases, it may have already been decided. So City Skylines 1 or City Skylines 2, it's going to be a ton of fun, and it's going to be on December 29th. So heads up for that. It's going to be a ton of fun. Come hang out with us. So let's hop out and take a look at what we're going to be doing, because I'm looking at this building right here, and I think this is new. I think that's a high density building that we may have placed recently. So let's take a look at some of our demands here. Let's just kind of check up on the city because it's been a little while. So right before I started recording, we actually hit the next milestone. I logged into the city and yeah, we hit Great Town like right away. I couldn't pause it soon enough. So yeah, we got high density businesses, which is very cool to see. It'll be very good for when we start our downtown. But we also, got more development points and tiles, which we will be using today. So let's see. We're in the green on our cash flow right now, which is very good to see. Wow, that's really good. So that is probably in relation to the farming that we've placed last episode. Yeah, we're kicking butt here, aren't we? So these are the taxes. I haven't really changed anything since last episode. We're making some money on our roads here. That's pretty cool to see. And wow. We really need to get some metal ore, apparently. Holy moly. So, that's what's going on over there. Let's check our employment rate. We're at 2.1% unemployment rate, which is fantastic, but we need more people in the city so that we can then create more jobs. All right, so let's take a look at where we're going to be building. We're going to be building out over here today. I'm feeling this area today, mainly because we have our high school out this way. And the high school is kind of on the edge of the city right now. It'd be really nice if we could kind of envelop that in some residential. That'll be really helpful for educating our citizens, who will then go over to our college, who will then go to our geothermal power plant to work. Because right now, we only have 13 out of 22 employees, and none of them are well educated. So I'm hoping that'll be a kind of a good kind of step in the right direction here. So if you're new to the series, I kind of alternate episodes where I work on the Ottawa themed side of the city, so the Ontario themed side, and then the Quebec themed side of the city. So the river is the splitting point, and this is what we did last time. We started our farm area. We got this over here, the geothermal power plant, and the train station out this way. So it's good that we have those that extra train station on this side, close-ish to the farming. All right, so this is where we're going to be building today. Let's buy some tiles. All right, so I bought these two tiles in here. That'll be really helpful, and then this one as well, mainly for the road aspects to it. And if you're new to the series, I've also mentioned that the highway may move, so I'm not going to get a connection in this episode. Still got to plan that out, but I also bought these two tiles up here in case we need some more space for some extra residential building. So let's hop out and take a look at the terrain here, because that's going to be really important for planning out the roads. So yeah, it's a bit bumpy and wavy, isn't it? But we have this one main road here, which is Pendergast Bridge and Bedford Street. I think we're going to need to rename this street to the name of the map. All right, so the name of the road changes depending on what side of the river it's on. So we have Garno Avenue over here, and we have Garno Bridge, and then we have Avenue Galno for this side. So here we go. We have Avenue Garno, and it goes all the way out over to here. We're going to continue this one as the main road through the area. I'm definitely seeing this one either connect up as a highway connection somewhere, or just kind of it's going to dissipate into itself somewhere, but likely it's going to probably connect up right in here. Maybe that would make sense. I'm liking this kind of spot right here for some cool development, so maybe we can get that road to kind of connect up into the highway and then over on that side. So let's plan out this road first. It's gonna be very important for us to do. And what road are we using? We're using the divided road. Actually, I think maybe we should switch that up to this one from this point on. And then I'm actually just going to delete that little connection and then just start fresh right from here. All right, so Avenue Garneau continues out this way, but I think we need to run a few more streets. So I'm liking the fact that Hemlock Street here is kind of continuing straight. It would be really cool if we could continue that one like right through, and then maybe even continue it on this side of the river. That would be really interesting, kind of as like a basis for our entire grid. So let's kind of smooth out the terrain a little bit maybe first, and then run that road straight as far as we can. That's really cool. Maybe we could even get another highway connection at this point. I think those that difference is pretty good for highway connections. So if this highway stays right there, it might shift like a little bit. You never know. But yeah, I think that's good. And then we have this road here, which runs along the riverfront. So let's get that one going too. All right, so we have this one actually going underneath this floating highway here, which is pretty fun. So yeah, that will be really useful to have. So now we have kind of a few main roads running through here. This one here we can definitely continue as well. Let's maybe think about this one really quickly. So we have our train yard in here. This is kind of like our train yard road. We spent a lot of time on that one. That was a lot of fun. I really like the retaining walls on this one, the way it flows with the bridge. That's really, really cool. So that's a bit of like an industrial core to the area. And this one is probably a bit of an older road, seeing as where it is. Perhaps this road once continued through here, but has since been like, bought up by developers or whatnot. So they've diverted this road through here. That makes sense. We have a level crossing here, which I remember saying that we might change depending on how things flow. So this one, I think we might want to continue out this way and then maybe even curve up this little river here. So let's do that one as well. All right, so we don't need to continue that one much further, but I think that's a good start here. So what else do we need to really do? Well, we have our east-west streets kind of thing. Maybe we start thinking about getting some north-south streets. So is there anything that's really kind of screaming at us that we need to deal with? And this is one of them, the welfare office that we placed down. It has its own parking lot. I wouldn't mind getting a bit of a parking extension. So why don't we kind of add in one of those parking lots? Where are they again? They're right in here. There we go. So we have our small parking lot, which is fenced. We have the medium parking lot, which isn't. And then we have the large, which I don't think we need, but maybe the medium parking lot would be cool to do. I would love it if we could get it on this side of, like on this angle here. So I wanted to see how many tiles that was, which is 5 tiles. Okay, so let's leave 5 tiles of space. So there we go. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if we plop that down, oh, we might need to go one more over. We should be able to get a straight road off of Hemlock Street, I think it was, which will be cool to kind of continue that grid theme. Oops, we gotta make sure that we have our straight road connection. I know it's not perfect, but that's okay. Let's grab this one and relocate the building to this side. Oh wow, we have a lot of space actually. Okay, let's see if we can relocate it and then turn snapping off. Let's see, can I maybe manipulate it a little bit better so that it's right up against it? It's a bit tricky to see with this view here. Oh, that's very cool. I love how it actually still connects. That's really neat. Maybe we could even throw down a few trees as well. That would be neat. Let's see, is it too big? It's too big for some of these, but let's see if we can get some of these smaller trees in. All right, very cool. Love that. Let's connect this up now. Just like that. Very good. Then we even have the opportunity to continue some paths and add a few buildings. I'm not going to add any buildings, but I will connect the path right now because it looks like we definitely would have a path kind of connecting up right here, right beside the parking lot. So let's then get this one to connect up here. Very cool. And then we can get this one to kind of connect up right like that. And then now we have a good space for some sort of maybe commercial building or something like that. And then we have a little space over here. This is more likely to be kind of a park area than building. But yeah, this is good. Maybe we can even continue this one a bit further, but maybe we add a bit of curve to it. That'd be cool. So we'll grab this road here and then, whoops, and make sure we're actually lined up here in the middle. I'm going to not worry too much about the grids being perfect on this area here, because we're going to start really diving into some curved roads and whatnot, and making sure that all the grids are going to be perfect is going to be a bit of work. So let's just, we're going uphill pretty steep here. Whoops. let's just do a bit of a curve here, and maybe we could even kind of curve up and into this road here. Oh, that's not a road, that's the railway. But maybe we could even connect up into here or something like that. That would be interesting. But that would remove the purpose of that being just kind of like a cul-de-sac for the trains, or the trucks going to the trains. But this would be a bit of a good access point. I don't really see a reason other than that why we couldn't do that. So let's go with it. So let's see if we can maybe connect up right here. We're at 5.5%. That's pretty good. If we connect up right like that, that's 5.2. That's pretty cool. Let's connect up, and then we'll curve up here. We'll go to this version here, the simple curve, and then we'll go like that. And let's see if we can get our road angles on here. Well, let's go the double curve actually. That'll be perfect, because now we can try and connect up with this one. Yeah, perfect. Right in the middle here like that. 0.8% slope, and then right in. Very cool. Okay, I like that road a lot. Very, very fun. Let's add in another one, because this one is probably gonna go straight. Like it's we're already kind of gridded out here a little bit, so let's make this one just go straight through. That would make sense to do. And look at that. Yeah, we're really messing up with the grids, aren't we? And then this one, should we just continue and connect up like that? Why not? Why not? Let's roll with the punches here, folks. All right, so I don't think we're going to connect up this road here at all, because just the way the hillside is and whatnot. Maybe we could actually go for it, but it's a bit it's a bit steep, so let's scratch that plan. But let's make sure that we're on one speed. Perfect. We're still making money. Good to see. Let's look at the squares we've just made. The zoning kind of fills it all. That is very good to see. Should we kind of continue up with this road? 3.9% is actually really good. But should we leave this rail to be kind of separate and like separate the two areas? I think that would make sense to do. So in that case, we're going to go straight for just a moment here. 5.1%, 5.2. That's pretty steep, but I mean, it's just for residential cars, I would imagine. So I think that's probably good. We'll go straight from there, and then we'll get a nice curve going from this side. All right, so we got that extra avenue through here, or extra road through here, and that is really cool. I love the curved aspect to it, and I think we're doing something really fun here with these roads. So before we move on any further, I see that we have this elementary school here. Now, if we're going to be adding in a lot of residential, I would really like it if we could actually activate this elementary school again, because right now we only have one elementary school, one high school, one college. So it doesn't really make sense for how we're kind of moving the city forward into our system of two separate governments. So the Ontario side will have one of everything, and the Quebec side will have one of everything. But right now the city's so small that we can't really have a high school on this side and a high school on this side. So right now we're splitting it, but I think it's time we actually activate this. We built this a long time ago, but it's definitely, I turned it off because of the budget, because I started throwing down these buildings and stuff before we probably should have. Yeah, I might actually even delete it and then rebuild it, because these extra buildings add some extra budget per month. So let's delete this building actually. And I know everyone's upset, but we're building a new high school, or elementary school. So we'll add this one in. Let's turn snapping back on, and we'll plop it right where we had it before. Okay, that is where we had it before. Perfect. So hopefully that'll help out with some things. Now, before we move on, I actually want to add in a few fun elements that I've noticed in the Quebec side of the Ottawa-Gatineau area. You know, the theme of the city that we're taking, and that is roundabouts. Roundabouts are very prevalent actually on the Quebec side of the river here. So we have a few opportunities to get a roundabout. Now, I'm looking at this side here along Garneau Avenue, and you know, I don't think a roundabout would necessarily go in these spots. If anything, this would be a good spot, but I don't want to delete those buildings. I don't mind the lights there. Same thing here and same thing there. But I'm looking at this one here. This is a pretty cool opportunity for a roundabout. We have probably a lot of traffic flowing along this river here, so maybe if it's coming up into Poplar Street, that would be interesting. And then whatever we're going to do with this island, which I'm keeping tight-lipped for now, it would be cool to have kind of the a roundabout there for ease of access. So let's go with a small roundabout. No, let's go with a medium roundabout. Let's see. What's the real difference here? I think a small roundabout is all we really need. So let's pop that in. We lost a couple buildings, but that's okay. Things are flowing well still. Oh, we're going to 3 lanes here. We might be able to actually remove those extra lanes. There we go. I've removed those extra lanes, and things look a little nicer. I would imagine that this looks a bit more normal. Yeah, okay, I like this. I like this a lot. So let's continue adding a few more roundabouts. Like right here, for example, is a really good one because we have a lot of truck traffic coming through here. So this one's actually going to get a medium roundabout, even though a smaller one could even work, or even a large roundabout that could actually work as well. Just for the point of the trucks, and we might upgrade these roads a little bit. So let's go with the large roundabout there. Why not? That's always fun. And then let's actually upgrade that road like I mentioned. So let's upgrade this one to a 4-lane painted road, and we'll do something. Should we? Let's see. What's this road used for? No, I think we're good for now. Okay, we can leave this one. Maybe this one we can upgrade, just for the sake of actually upgrading something. So let's do that. And then I noticed that we have a bit of a building there. Let's take that off. I don't want a building there. That's a bit of a tough spot for a building, in my opinion. And then we have lights right here. I don't think that's going to work, so let's take those lights off, and we're going to add stop signs. Actually, I don't want stop signs everywhere, though. Okay, we'll have to go with light, I think. That's okay. And then I wouldn't mind adding a couple trees along Garneau Avenue here. Oh, right in the middle? Is that safe for a roundabout? Yeah, I think so. No, because it would be obstructive of view. So we would need to go on the outside here. So let's go, yeah, go on the outside on both of these. Then we can go in the middle on Garneau Avenue here. Oh wait, we have a roundabout there too. Whoopsies. Alright, so Thornton Street here is definitely going to get a roundabout. We'll go with a medium roundabout. And then this one over here, let's go with a small roundabout. Alright, and that's all the connections we have so far, so I think we can roll with those for now. So let's continue adding in some fun roads. All right, so we have our kind of basic suburban-ish layout, and I think this is pretty cool. We have a few fun features that kind of are created with these roads. A couple cul-de-sacs too, just to fill out the space. But really, I'm looking to fill in a lot of our residential demand coming up. So with that, I kind of want to run a bus first and hit up the elementary school and the high school with that. So looking at the buses now, we kind of cycle them through. So let's run a few bus stops nearby. So this is definitely going to be one that we're going to need. Yeah, let's get it out right here. And then the bus will kind of swing up and over. We can use this bus stop and this bus stop. And then it'll probably take a right and then go up through the area here. So we could get it on this main road. That would be probably a good idea. Or what we could do is we could run it down Hemlock Street, which kind of runs right through the middle, which would be a better kind of catch-all for everything. So let's maybe think about doing that then. All right, so that should really help out over there. Let's take a look at some of our demands here. So we definitely need some low density and probably a bit of medium density and maybe not high density on this in this area, but maybe we can kind of rejig a few things to get a couple high density buildings out over on this side. But that will definitely come in handy. So let's see. Do I have a good transfer point? I actually don't have a good transfer point with some of these other buses. So why don't we maybe make a bit of a change here. So this bus is mainly meant for the high schools, but I guess they can switch over at the high school because that's where all of the buses kind of meet up. So I think that's probably fine for now. All right, so we have our schools and everything. We're good there. Healthcare is going to be a bit of an issue out this way for the time being, but I don't want to spend too much money. Let's actually just really start zoning, and let's start with the rezoning of a few things. So we have these lower density buildings here. I don't want to move those. But we have a couple high density buildings, and if we're going to get high density, it's going to be over in this kind of pocket. Mainly because it's as close as we can get to the college on the Quebec side, and a lot of the high density buildings are there. So let's get this one here. Hopefully that should work out. And I gotta make sure I'm on the European style. Whoops. There we go. And then maybe we can even switch over maybe one of these smaller medium density buildings to a medium or a high density one instead. We'll see what it looks like right in that corner. I'm a bit worried about that, but we'll see what happens. And then I don't love how we have so many of the same kind of style, so let's delete this one and change it up to a high density one as well. And I am probably safe to say that those three buildings are going to meet the demand. So let's continue down through here, and let's take a look at how this main street looks, because this is definitely something we're going to need to work on, because we have a bunch of commercial through here, which is fine because that's actually in a high commercialized zone, but I don't love how the density swaps over immediately. So let's change things up a little bit. I'm going to delete these guys here. That one's probably fine. We're going to delete a couple of these, and I'm not sure how big the high density commercial buildings are, but I'm going to give it a go right on this corner just to see what kind of happens. Oh, that was an office. I shouldn't have deleted that one. Whoopsies. And then this one over here, this one over here, we're going to switch over to some mixed zoning, I think, on that one. And then we'll see if we can get just, honestly, a medium density house, I think. Oh, that's low rent. Whoops. Medium density. Perfect. Right there. And hopefully that should help with the switch a little bit in zoning heights. And then we definitely need a pedestrian path connection here. Oops, I put a crosswalk there, but that's okay. I think that's probably fine to do anyways. Maybe another one right here too. That would be cool. Let's get a couple trees out this way as well. Help fill out the space. Let's see where that office building is right there. Okay, so we can definitely get a couple trees behind here then too. All right, so already this looks a lot better in my opinion. I like the switch over here with the commercial area here. That looks really cool with this being a bit more of a residential zone. So yeah, this looks a lot better already. Oh, that's a great size. Okay, I was a bit worried that they were going to be a bit too large, but that building works fantastically there. And then we have our office building here. Probably going to take that out actually, since we don't really have the demand at all. And then maybe add in a bit more medium density housing there. That would make sense. Don't love, again, the transition, but it's really tricky to get the heights to transition properly. Let's see, maybe we can delete this one and we'll go with a small high density commercial building. Like just small in actual grid size, and we'll see what pops up there. That might aid us a little bit in the transition of this area. And then same thing right here. We're a bit too close to the roundabout in my opinion, so I want to back that up a little bit. And actually, maybe we even go again with one of those higher density ones. We'll see what kind of pops up with that. All right. So how is the rest of the zoning looking over here? Yeah, I think on this side we can definitely go back down to the lower density commercial, but I don't want to do any more commercial work for the time being, because our population is doing really good. We have very little unemployment, so let's look at actually getting that to kind of let's look at getting more people in here actually. So let's go with maybe a bit of row housing here. That would be cool. Oh, it's on this street, isn't it? Okay. The zoning is a bit interesting in this game, isn't it? Let's see if maybe we can manipulate it with a path. There we go. Let's see, maybe a bit of another path right there. Very cool. All right. Well, now at least... Oh, no. Okay, now that we have this bridge through here, I'm thinking this is going to be better for a medium density than a row housing. But it doesn't mean that this one couldn't be good for some row housing. So let's get those in instead. So I'm going to keep the waterfront open for now. We're not going to do too much with that. And then right through here is definitely a commercial lot, but I don't want to add in that commercial building yet. So let's go with some low density through this area. But let's see. I kind of want a pedestrian path through here, but should we even get, or should we get a crosswalk or not? It is the welfare office right there, but there is a couple buses, or sorry, a couple intersections nearby. So I think we're probably safe to zone that up like that. And then we'll do the same thing right here. There we go. And now we've kind of split up the zoning a little bit, and we'll just fill this out with some residential zoning. And then I'm going to keep the zoning off of Broad Street, but we will definitely get some low density zoning through here. All right, so mass zoning happening over here in kind of light and like, you know, early suburbs kind of vibes here. But let's get a few parks in. I think that's always really cool to do. Obviously, who doesn't love a good park? We have a few large parks. Large city park. What are these? What do these look like? That one's pretty cool. That's very large. And then that is pretty small. So I think we could definitely squeeze in this one in a lot of spots. A couple sports parks, tennis courts, skate park, basketball court. Let's get a cool skate park in maybe a bit more in this kind of area. Let's see. This is a big hill, so it wouldn't really work on a hill. Let's go with the skate park right here. Why not? Actually, this is a pretty crappy spot for housing, so we'll get a skate park there. And then let's dezone all of this. Very cool. All right. So hopefully that should really eat up a lot of the land values here. And we have some row housing here. That's really nice. And maybe we think about switching up a few things and maybe adding some housing over on this side a little bit. That would be interesting. This is the high school grounds a little bit, but I mean, also it's kind of not. I could definitely see us getting a road right through here like that. Very cool. And then if we just get a nice little pedestrian connection down like that, that should be good. Then we can easily get a bit of housing. Now, this is really bad for low density housing, but it could definitely work for some row housing. Let's go something like that. We'll see what pops up. Whoops, forgot the rule of thumb here. You just do that, and then hopefully buildings will zone up eventually. No? Okay, well, let's go with this side then. There we go. Ah, yeah, it disappeared on that side, so it looks like the buildings are locked on this side then. That's unfortunate. But I don't think it's the end of the world if we do something like that, though. Then we can do a bit more row housing on this side, or we could go with like an apartment building. Our apartment building could be interesting right here, just a small one. And then we go back to the row housing. Yeah, okay, that's neat. We'll add a few trees in right here where we have a bit of a gap in our zoning. And actually, you know what? Let's delete all these ones and make them a bit larger then. All right, we're really filling out some space through here. And yeah, look at this, hey? This looks a lot like some suburbia. And I think this is great. What should we head up next? Let's take a look at our unemployment. 2.1%. Yeah, we're doing great here. So we have some of these high density buildings in over here as well. Got a bit of a traffic accident over on this side. And traffic is backing up. Traffic jam. Probably because all the new people that are moving in, right? That would make sense. Let's maybe think about re-densifying some areas over here. So we have a bit of medium density demand still, and I am looking at the map here, looking at the height disparity here, and this little pocket here definitely needs to be upgraded into some medium density or even some row housing. Whoa, this new signature building, Corundum Condos. A modern classic that puts a smile on the faces of its inhabitants. Well, very cool. Let's not build any further and let's take a look at what we got going on over here. It looks like we missed two in the order here. EU low density buildings. Is it just EU? Oh yeah, there's North American and EU. Interesting. I didn't know that. But let's add in this one. Oh, sorry. What's the bonus? +4 well-being within 1 kilometer. Wow. Okay, could we actually just throw that down right here? Because that's a really cool building. We could slide that in right beside the city park. Or should we find a better spot for it? Don't want it over there. This is a bit too important of land. We could slide it right in here. Does it fit properly? No, there's still a bit of space. I mean, that's not the biggest deal in the world, though. This is a cool spot for it right in this area off this cul-de-sac. But I kind of think since we were building out this way, it would make sense to kind of plop it down over here. Almost I want to move the city park and plop it on Brock Street here, but I don't know about that, to be honest. Let's see. Let's give it a quick little think here. Ooh, actually, a bit of waterfront views would be nice, but again, that's high land value probably. Should we move it back into the city a little bit more over onto this side? No, it doesn't really fit the theme. It definitely fits the theme over here, though. I think we could definitely plop it down right here. I think that would make sense. It's got some great views. Yeah, let's do that. And as a result, we're going to be renovating this whole block then. And we'll take off the zoning through here. And then let's run a path around it. Yeah, as close as we can get, actually. That'd be awesome. Something like that. And then same thing here. But let's actually go right down the middle on this side. Like that instead. And then we can run a few trees on the back side of this building. Bit tricky to see with the rain and everything. There we go. Yeah, beautiful building. Wow. That's going to have some great views. It's got some great views of the Grand Bridge already. And then on this side, then we can add in, should we go medium density or some row housing? I think probably a bit of both. We can probably get a small-ish medium density building there. And we can follow it up with 2 smaller ones. Then we will get a bit of a space right there for a path. And then why don't we go down with the row housing then from here? Yeah, very cool. I like this this plan we got going on. All right, so that means that this block is totally going to get renovated then too. It's starting to fall into the shadows a little bit, right? And then same thing right here as well. That whole block should probably get renoed. Because that was commercial, even though it's got a bit of commercial demand to it. Maybe we can add in a bit of height, change things up a little bit. That's offices. This is commercial. Let's add commercial to there instead, or high density commercial. And then let's see, maybe we could get a bit of high density commercial right through here. We'll keep it small. We'll take out whatever that was. Maybe make this a bit of a smaller block. Hopefully that'll fill in. Yeah, there we go. And then let's maybe make this medium density zoning. Then I think maybe we could squeeze in a smaller low density, and that should probably help out with the height disparity. And then let's run a bit of paths. Something I haven't really done enough of, in my opinion. Oh, I know why we're not getting anything there. It's because it's off of this road. Well, what if we block that? There we go, because that was supposed to be high density. And I was wondering why it wasn't popping up. All right, so now we have this block to deal with, which I thought I kind of already did. But let's remove the zoning from it, and let's delete all of these guys. I thought I already did this. That's okay. So I think we're gonna go full row housing on this guy. Let's maybe think about changing up some things though. We'll add a bit of an alleyway right here, running right down the middle to about this point, and then down. And then we'll go right up like that, and then across. Change things up a little bit. Ooh, I meant to connect those up, but right now we only have one connection point. Let's go with just a connection point right here then too. We have 2 little cul-de-sacs. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, let's do that. And then what we'll do is we'll get some row housing, and then we will fill up those ones here like this, right in the middle. Should these ones should be 2. Let these all pop in. And then now that they popped in, we can do this. Whoops, I was really hoping that they would be on the other road here, on the outside. So let's maybe think about trying to do it in this direction. Nice, that works. Okay. And then we'll do that. Perfect. Everything is going swimmingly at the moment. Hopefully that continues. I'm a bit worried about that side. Whoops, yeah, don't like that. It's not how I envision things here. All right, Linden Lane and Maple Lane, they are definitely going to see some drastic density improvements here. Wow. This is going to really add in a lot of population up this way, and our traffic can barely handle it. So I think we need to upgrade this portion of the road at least to definitely be a larger road. So let's go with the 5-lane asymmetrical road for the time being, and we'll just upgrade it right there. And that should add in a left turning lane. Okay, that's cool. I think that's all that's really needed. That really slows down traffic, doesn't it? And then the other option is to make this a roundabout, right? This is a light right now, and that is slowing things down. We were talking about making more roundabouts, so why don't we do that? And then I think that upgrade that we just did kind of became obsolete then. All right, so things are going swimmingly for the time being, which is great to see. That really cleared up the traffic, though it does back up a little bit at this light. But honestly, not much I can do at that point, right? We've created a bit of a slip lane for them to kind of easily go on to this side here if they need to go into the city in this direction. But I think we could probably upgrade this one to a roundabout, but I'd rather just kind of try it out a little bit further. So now that we've kind of done that, we've upped our unemployment rate, which is kind of a bad thing, but a good thing for the city because we definitely need to grow the city with some more jobs and whatnot. So that'll be a good way to kind of gauge. So let's see, can we sneak in a little path connection here? Yeah, there we go. That's always good. Improve the walkability of the city. All right. So we're looking pretty cool here. I want to take a look at these milestones again, because we're in the EU side. Let's see. Looks like we need just more low density for that one. Yeah, more low density. Oh, okay. So that was a medium density improvement. Interesting. And then row housing. Okay. Wow. All right. How are we with some commercial signature buildings? Okay, yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. And then industrial. Okay. Oh wow, we're almost at this one, which is the dairy house, agricultural area hub buildings. Interesting. Okay, so with that in mind, we have a post office over here. Should we activate that? How much money are we making? Yeah, I mean, we're making a lot of cash here. And we have this one, the fire hall, which is also turned off. Let's see how the fire is. Maybe we should get that fire hall going over here. Yeah, that might be a good idea here. But then also the post office. Let's see, how is the post doing? Post. Oh wow, horrible. Okay, let's activate this guy then. The post office, and look at that, everything's green again. Very cool to see. All right. So actually, this is gonna be a cool info view to do. Let's take a look at everything. It's been a little while. Everything's in the green here. This is the traffic flow map. You know, honestly, just a bit of a bottleneck at this little point here, but I'm hoping that that's just because of the surge of new people rolling in. And the power, we are very good on power, and water as well. Healthcare. Okay, so we have 2 healthcare facilities and 2 death care facilities. We have a ton of availability at our cemetery. The crematorium, not so much. Might need to look into that. Recycling, yeah, we're still operating off of our starting recycling plant or garbage landfill area. That might be something we definitely need to look at moving sooner rather than later. And then fire hall, we have 1 fire station over here and then 1 over here. We've deactivated this one for now. It's only 2,000 a month. I think our budget could handle it. Turn it back on. There we go. And then I know that the crime is a bit of an interesting situation, but let's take a look at disaster control. Yeah, no, we're not dealing with that yet. Yeah, so we only have 1 police station, and it might be worth time getting a 2nd police station in the Garno side of things. And then administration here, we have our welfare office operating over here. I wonder why this is all red. That is interesting. Education map. Okay, everything's in the green. That's really good to see. We are pumping out people to our college. We have 343 people. That's very cool to see. I like that. And then we don't have any telecom stuff. Oh, we have 1. We have 1 radio mast. Okay. And leisure. Okay, this is a cool one. So yeah, we definitely don't have any leisure on this side of things. But I think we're doing a really good job here. And then happiness. Wonder why that's all red. That's interesting. Guess they just moved in, and you know they gotta go to Home Depot every weekend, so it's a bit of a tough situation when you move into a new place. But let's get a new police station in. That would be great to have on this side of things. But where should it be? Where should this police station be? We could get it out over here by like the train yard. That would make sense, you know, having the space for the vehicles. But should it be on the main street kind of thing? Should it be off of one of these side streets? I don't think it should really be on one of these side streets. I'm kind of eyeing this spot over here. We're right beside a couple major arteries. That would be beneficial for us, and the you know, the flow of the police. Maybe right here would be a really good spot, right in this corner. Yeah, why not? Why not? Let's not waste any more time here. I'm gonna turn off snapping, and we're going to plop it as close as we can on the left side. Then we can upgrade it, which is just a simple upgrade. Okay, so that means we can build around it then. That's very good to know. All right. Hopefully that really improved things on this side of the city here. And yeah, this is really cool. I'm loving how this suburbia look the suburbia look that we've got going on. But let's continue zoning up. All right, so I've just zoned up a bunch. I'm gonna leave it for a little bit, just to make sure that we have, you know, we're not overwhelming the system here. But I think this is turning out pretty nice. I really enjoy what we've done so far today. Really good expansion of everything as well, which is great to see. Oh no, our big apartment building is abandoned. Ah, darn. Hopefully that fixes itself. I'm not too sure. I forget how that all works. But I think this is everything we're gonna end up really getting in today, folks. We really added a lot of suburbia here. Let's check it out. We definitely added some unemployment rate, which will be good, so that we can start adding in a bit more commercial and stuff like that too, which is great to see. And next episode, I'm not sure when it's gonna come out, but if you made it this far and you know, you want to watch a fun live stream over the holidays, you know, it's gonna be really fun and casual, and you know, a great time for the entire day on December 29th. The Skylines 6 members, or some of the Skylines 6 members, are going to be playing City Skylines 1 or City Skylines 2, and you know, just stay in the loop for more info on that. It's gonna be a ton of fun, something casual and fun to kind of do over the holiday season, when you know, maybe you don't got too much going on over your break. Let's find a cool view here for the screenshot, and I think maybe we get a cool view of the roundabout and stuff. Yeah, let's do something like this. Actually, I like the view with the mountain in the background. All right, well, I'm just gonna end it here, folks. Have a wonderful day. Talk to you soon, hopefully. Peace out.